Hi guys, it's Gav here from DancePlanet.tv, and in today's video I've got Joe Williams joining me from Liverpool, and we're going to be doing our predictions for day one of the 2018 Betvictor World Match Play, which starts on July the 21st from 7 PM. It's the best of 19 legs, so we're going to go through it. The games we've got, as you can see here to the left on the opening day, is Adrian against James Wilson, Dave Chisnall against Keegan Brown, Michael Van Gerwen against Jeffrey Zwaan, Michael Smith against Jonny Clayton. How are you, Joe? Thanks for joining me.
I'm doing great and looking forward to a great World Match Play.
What have you been up to since we last spoke?
Just just keeping up to date with the darts and just watching the build-up to the qualifications for the World Match Play. I
think it's going to be absolutely awesome. Some great names in there again this year, especially some that aren't even sort of near to the top sort of 30 or 32 that have been performing really well to qualify.
Yeah, it shows the sport's changing. Like some of the top 32 not being able to qualify, so it shows the sport's growing.
That's incredible. I hear you've been doing lots of stats for the video as well, so hopefully it's going to help a lot of the viewers out with the predictions.
Yeah, no problem.
Excellent. So let's start here. The first game, as you can see here, is Adrian against James Wilson. How do you see this one going, Joe?
Well, recent record is 3-0 to Adrian Lewis, so people will probably think that Adrian Lewis should win this one. This year, Wilson's been on and off, made 4 quarterfinals, 2 semis and a final. In the last 12 months, he's failed to qualify for the Grand Prix and the European Championships, and went out in the second round of the World Championship, so he's not really had good TV form. Adrian Lewis obviously missed out on the Premier League this year, but he's come back playing really good darts, and he's made 3 finals already this year.
Yeah.
One of the favourites for the tournament.
Yeah, it's interesting actually. Obviously, Lewis dropping out of the top 16, going down to 20. He's now got back in the top 16. Made a final of the match play as well back in 2013, where I know he lost to Taylor. James Wilson, obviously, I think he's only been in one previous match play, as you say.
Yeah.
and he's lost the last 3, all 3 times he's played against Lewis. He's lost as well, isn't he? What are you going for in this one then, Joe?
Well, I think it's going to be a close one, because obviously we know Adrian Lewis's raw talents and he's going to hit a lot of 180s. But for those who don't watch James Wilson on the floor, he hits so many 180s.
He's a big 180 hitter, isn't he? If he can keep his darts in the board.
Yeah, but it obviously has a lot of bounce outs. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think Lewis is going to edge it 10-7.
Right, I've actually gone for this one, for Jackpot to beat the Lethal Biscuit. That name cracks me up every single time, Wilson's nickname. But I'm going for Lewis to win this one, 10-6. Next up, as you can see here, guys, we've got Dave Chisnall against Keegan Brown. Tell us the further stats on this one, Joe.
Well, surprisingly, the head-to-head is 11-0 to Chisnall.
I know.
I would have thought that Keegan would have won a game, perhaps on the floor on the European Tour. Since the match play last year, Keegan's been in really good form. It all started probably the last tournament before the match play. He reached the quarterfinals, and then even made it to another quarterfinal later in the year and beat Benito Van past 6-0 on the European Tour.
Yeah.
This year, he's just made a couple of last 16s and a couple of quarterfinals, each one on the European Tour. Chizzy obviously missed the Premier League as well as Lewis this year. He's been on and off. He won his last Pro Tour title was last August, and he's not really been having good runs on the TV. Obviously went out in round 1 of the Worlds to Vincent van der Voort 3-0, and this year he's made a final losing to Ian Weiss. I think it's going to be a close one, but I'm going to go for a shock win, 10-8 to Keegan Brown.
Keegan Brown certainly getting closer in each of them. As you said a little while ago, you know, Dave Chisnall is 11-0 up, but I know over some of the more recent games, there's sort of been like 10-8s or 11-9s and all really close in the ones they've been in. I think with that stat, I love Keegan Brown. I'm a huge fan of his, but I think that Dave Chisnall, he seems to be a little bit more informed of late, and I think he's going to do okay in this match. I'm going for Chizzy to win this one, 10-8. Next up, we've got MVG against Jeffrey Zwaan. They're just interesting. The last have only met on the television once, as we know at the UK Open, and actually Zwaan actually ended up beating MVG in that one. How do you see this one going, Joe?
Well, when they did play at the UK Open, it was behind closed doors.
It was.
It was like a Pro Tour event, so I think with the crowd and the stage...
and they were playing in a freezer as well, weren't they?
Yeah, but I think MVG will probably be obviously he's going to be the favourite, and it's going to be hard for Zwaan to live with MVG in front of a big crowd. It's the World Matchplay. It's one of the biggest tournaments out there.
Yeah. And
his debut. MVG obviously didn't win any of the World Series events in Vegas and Shanghai.
Yeah.
He's won 15 tournaments this year, and it's still been fantastic since February when they come back from the World Championships.
Yeah.
I lost his tour card at the end of last year, but since he won it on day one of the first European.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, quality player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been throwing some good averages and hitting a lot of 180s. He's reached 2 finals on the floor, losing to Gary Hansen. Then at the end of April, he won his first PDC title in Wigan, defeating Jonny Clayton 6-5. But I think MVG will win this one. I think I'm going to go for 10-5.
10-5. Believe it or not, that's exactly the score I've gone for. I've gone for MVG to beat Jeffrey Zwaan in this one, 10-5 as well. I think it just shows the quality of some of these players that are coming through. Like I say, only winning his tour card back at the end of last year and that. And being able to, you know, qualify for the match play, because it is seriously hard to get in. I think it's, I know not everybody say it is, but I still think it's the second most prestigious tournament in the Darton calendar. What do you think to that?
Yeah, because obviously if the Premier League was ranked, they'd probably put it third.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely fantastic. And last of all, we've got Michael Bully Boy Smith against Jonny Clayton. Smith obviously just won the Shanghai Masters, also made it to the final of the Premier League. Jonny Clayton, as we know, is a class player. He's won the Austrian Open this year. I think this is going to be a really tasty opening match. What are your thoughts on this one?
Well, I think this is obviously we know Michael Smith's talented. When he's on fire, you know, he can hit so many 180s, and so can Clayton.
Yeah.
Like he produced 111 average in defeating Van Gerwen back in April on the Pro Tour. But Smith obviously won that Shanghai Darts Masters the weekend, and also won 2 Pro Tour events so far this year, and obviously reaching the final of the Premier League. And also reaching the final on the European Tour.
Yeah.
Clayton's been fantastic over the last year, winning his first Pro Tour title at the end of, I think it was October.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And then reached the final of the Players' Championship finals. Unlucky to lose 11-2 to MVG, but this year he's really pushed on. He didn't start off the year well, but his first run there was... Like the run started when he won on the European Tour in Austria, defeating Gerwen Price 8-7, and I think after that he made 5 consecutive quarterfinals, and then reached the final within 8 tournaments between April and June. But since then he's not reached a quarterfinal in his last 5 events.
Joe, I'm loving all these stats. You've worked so hard, mate. You said that you'd been getting this. Is absolutely fantastic. The guys that are watching the channel are going to love this. It's brilliant.
Yeah, so I was saying that in his last 5 events he hasn't made a quarter-final, so he's been a little bit inconsistent this year. But I'm going to go for a shock win because Smith, obviously, the jet lag between Vegas and Shanghai, and obviously going on constant planes. I'm going to go for a 10-7 win for Clayton.
I think there's got to come something ridiculous. I might be wrong here, but something like 14 different time zones, and you know, the travelling. They've been in Vegas, they've been in Shanghai. They've got to come back. It's just so much from, like you say. Clayton, I always think it's really random. Like you say, had 114 average, and then I think in the match after one of those ones, he hit something like an 87 average. You know, whereas a lot of players you'll find will be consistent, like James Wade, for argument's sake. He's always there and thereabouts. Clayton can do some ridiculous averages and then go and hit an 85 or an 86, which just isn't going to be good enough. I'm really looking forward to this one, but even with the jet lag and that, I think Michael Smith at the moment is looking the real deal. It'd be interesting to see how tired he is, but I'm going to give this one to him, 10-7. So, they're my predictions. Thank you for giving your predictions today, Joe. Really, really appreciate it. For all of you guys that want to have a go at the predictions, please head across to fantasydarts.tv. Chris Mason's taken part in it as well. If you do end up hiring him in it, there's going to be a signed program or a really good prize up for grabs as well. So thank you all for watching the video. If you do like it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and don't forget to check out me and Joe, because we're going to be back for day 2 and our predictions for the Betvictor World Match Play. Bye!